on this episode of Ice Pilots NWT.
The North Atlantic takes no prisoners.
We're flying into this stuff.
This is going to be icing in this.
The water bomber pilots face danger over the North Atlantic.
We got an overspeed. Okay, Santa Maria, NWT-era.
And all of a sudden, TXB turned around, and we don't know why.
Confirm your intentions.
We're declaring an emergency.
5 a.m. The only thing traveling across the sky at this hour is the moon. But not for long. In St. John's, Newfoundland, Buffalo's water bomber crews get set for the most dangerous leg of their mission, a 9.5-hour flight over the frigid North Atlantic to the Azores Islands.
Feels nice.
Chief pilot Arnie Schrader has flown over 37,000 hours in his career, but he's never piloted a summertime water bomber over the ocean in the dead of winter.
Well, everybody's nervous, I think, about that North Atlantic, and airplanes are not designed to cross oceans. I've never done a flight that far with that type of an airplane.
You like that suit? Don't rip it. Might need it.
Arnie's co-pilot is Justin Simley.
Are you ready to file rooster, or what do you want to do? You want to file formation, or?
Justin has trained under Arnie since he started at Buffalo 8 years ago.
I've seen him, grow from a very inexperienced to very experienced pilot in the last 6 or 7 years.
For that anyways. We got 2 hours after that, our clearance will be valid, so. Hello.
They're delivering these 2 water bombers purchased by the government of Turkey. But an Atlantic crossing in winter in these low-flying short-haul summer planes is a sobering prospect.
You'd be an idiot to not know what could happen before you take that trip. And if you didn't know what could happen and you agreed to do that trip, you're stupid.
My policy has always been the North Atlantic takes no prisoners.
In fact, just yesterday, there was tragic news.
A Sikorsky 92 helicopter ditched into the water about approximately 30 nautical miles east of St. John's.
The helicopter radioed a mayday.
A helicopter like this one was on its way to an offshore oil platform when it crashed into the ocean, killing 17 people. Only 1 man survived. But Arnie, Justin, and the rest of the water bomber crews have to put the danger out of their minds. But that's not so easy for the anxious friends and family they've left behind. A month ago in Yellowknife, engineer Corey Dodd said goodbye to his wife Sonia, a pilot herself.
It's been a long time since we've seen each other. Look forward to the day we see each other again. I'm not sure when that is. Of course, worry about all the different things that could go wrong with the airplane. I can't worry like that every day because there's nothing I can do about it.
The pilots at the helm of the second water bomber are Dave Poole and George Fury.
I don't like the suit, but it's a must-have.
The 2 water bomber crews must fly 2,200 kilometers to the Azorean island of Santa Maria. Weather delays have put them way behind schedule.
I don't know if my eyes are playing tricks on me, but I think I just saw F&F move.
At Buffalo HQ in Yellowknife, General Manager Mikey McBryan is keeping a close eye on the action.
Doesn't get much bigger than this. This is sort of like the Super Bowls of Flight Watch.
Mikey set up a monitor to track the water bomber's location, speed, and altitude in real time using GPS satellite technology. He'll keep close watch.
It's 9 hours in the air in a relatively slow airplane. So much can happen. And there's 2 airplanes, double your risk.
Still before dawn at St. John's, and it's go time. With Arnie and Justin in the lead, the 215s finally take off and head east over the North Atlantic. This is the biggest leg in the 12,000-kilometer odyssey to transport these planes to Turkey. The trip began weeks ago in Red Deer, Alberta. They flew across Canada, stopping in Winnipeg, Montreal, and then St. John's, Newfoundland. Dawn breaks over the North Atlantic. The 2 water bombers have been in the air for 90 minutes, zooming at 370 kilometers per hour, thanks to a powerful tailwind. It's the push they need to reach the Azores before their fuel runs out. But as a result, they're also about to pass their point of no return earlier than anticipated.
You can go out about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and turn back. It might take you 4.5 hours to get back. You have a 50-knot tailwind. So your point of no return is not very many hours out of Newfoundland.
They're only going to have enough gas at one point to just keep on going. There's no turning around, and that's pretty scary.
What's scaring Mikey even more are the radar images of the weather over the North Atlantic.
As you look from that nice, calm picture, peaceful and serene, no weather, here's the reality. We're flying into this stuff I'm not too happy about. It's kind of like a wall. They're right here. They're gonna hit that wall.
That wall is a layer of clouds filled with supercooled water droplets.
This is going to be icing in this.
We just got to skip ice on the leading edge.
Ice is a hazard for 215s because the airplane's not designed to take icing. So if you get it into ice inadvertently, it's pretty serious stuff.
If too much ice forms on the planes, they could lose lift and drop from the sky. With no onboard de-icing equipment, it's up to the pilots to steer clear of the clouds. Arnie and Justin take the low route.
We encountered some ice. We just dropped down into some warmer air to get out of it.
Dave and George do the opposite in the second plane, attempting to climb above the clouds.
So we might get on top of this, eh?
Yeah, it looks pretty thin, eh?
Just edge her up a little bit, a couple hundred feet at a time.
The maneuvers work. Both crews manage to skirt the danger.
The good weather is holding and the forecast has improved.
The pilots escape the threat of icing, but with 6 hours of flying over open water still to go, there's no escaping the survival suits.
They have to be tight to be waterproof. So they're very tight, very uncomfortable because they're extremely hot.
The suits will help them survive in case they have to ditch into the icy North Atlantic.
And this isn't like your lake at your cottage water. This is rolling seas, high winds. The airplane behind me is not set up to be in a rock and roll and wave fest.
And you look down and there's 50-foot swells below you. That's, that's something to see.
I said, I'm not going to look, so I'm just going to keep going.
A world away in Yellowknife, Sonia Golding is glued to her laptop. Using the same GPS tracking as Mikey, she's following the 215's progress and trying not to worry about her husband, Corey.
They are very close to their destination. F&F, that's the one that Corey is approaching the island first, and then TXB, the other 215, is just north of them.
They're still a couple of hours away from Santa Maria, the last of the group of islands that form the Azores.
I can't wait to hear from him when he lands.
Across town, Mikey's feeling the effects of his all-night vigil. But fresh from flying in from Hay River, Buffalo Joe wants an update on his water bombers.
So do we know exactly what time they took off?
2 o'clock.
Exactly 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Our time.
2:15.
Our time.
Our time.
So they've been in here 7 hours, eh? Are these islands highly inhabited?
I assume so.
Why don't we live out there?
Joe has a point. Winter in the Azores is pretty sweet compared to Yellowknife. The temperature never comes close to freezing. Before the era of jets, this Portuguese archipelago was a regular fueling stop for transatlantic crossings. The Santa Maria airport doesn't get the same amount of traffic anymore, but it still serves that purpose on occasion.
It is the safe harbor
for any pilot who is making a North Transatlantic travel, and if he has a problem, he can always land at Santa Maria.
By late afternoon, the air traffic controllers at Santa Maria have Buffalo's 215s within their airspace.
And within 1.5 hours, they will be both in Santa Maria.
There's just one obstacle ahead, and it's a big one. At over 7,800 feet, the volcano Pico Alto dominates Pico Island. And Arnie and Justin choose to fly right over it, taking the most direct flight path to Santa Maria.
In order to save fuel and expedite our trip to Santa Maria, once inside the Santa Maria control zone, we requested direct Santa Maria. They instructed us to climb to 10,000 feet to clear the volcano.
It's the highest peak on Portugal territory, so it means that to overfly safely, flights must be at least 10,000 feet.
But peaks like Pico Alto create a dangerous condition. As Arnie and Justin pass over the summit, they suddenly start to lose altitude fast.
Quite a downdraft on the backside of the mountain. That's what mountains are like. Get on the lee side of them and you'll get a downdraft. That's exactly what we got from 10,000 feet.
When air is forced up over a mountain, it cools, gets heavy, and plunges down the other side, creating downdrafts. In extreme cases, these powerful winds can force an aircraft to the ground.
The downdraft on the other side of it was incredible.
We had climb power on, it was still going down.
Even at full power, the 215 is no match for the pummeling downdraft on the lee side of Pico Alto. They're being forced down.
The airplane was just sinking.
We're at 9,000 feet on Sending.
There's a problem over the North Atlantic. En route to Santa Maria, the easternmost island in the Azores, pilots Arnie Schrader and Justin Simley are flying over a volcano on Pico Island, and it's bringing them down, literally.
Getting a little bumpy here.
We had a severe downdraft on the backside of the volcano, and we had climb power on, it was still going down.
Just over an hour from their destination, they're in the clutches of powerful wind systems over an 8,000-foot-high active volcano. Arnie and Justin manage to hold out at 9,000 feet. It's low enough to give them a bird's-eye view of the volcano as they pass over it.
It's kind of neat. You look down, there's a big lake in the middle. Pretty scenic.
Well, I thought it was pretty cool. Big volcano, yeah.
Back in Yellowknife, Mikey McBryan's been glued to the screen for 9.5 hours, watching the tiny registration numbers that represent the two planes crawl across the map.
You gotta make sure TXB and F are both sitting there safe and sound before we can go home and wait for a phone call.
F is up on the approach of the shore.
Ooh, they're really close.
Sonia Golding is also riveted watching her husband Corey's plane on her computer screen.
This is so exciting. This is a really big deal.
After a 2,200-kilometer flight over open water, Arnie, Justin, and Corey begin their approach to the Santa Maria airport.
Charlie November Fox and Roger, clear for a visual approach to runway 18. Report established on flight.
We can proceed with a visual approach, sir. We have a field in sight.
Oh, they're right over Santa Maria now. Oh, they've landed. They're on the runway.
There they are. They've just landed 38 knots. They landed, man, so that's awesome.
I'm very relieved, and I'm much more relaxed now. They're just taxiing off. It's fantastic.
That was nice. Nice to put that ocean behind you, the big chunk of ocean behind you.
15 minutes later, Dave and George prepare to land the second water bomber.
TX speed is 153 knots. He's on the descent now into it anyways.
Oh, they're landed.
As soon as they come to a stop, the guys have just one thing on their minds.
The best part of touching down the Azores was getting that damn suit off.
We just have to get out of these suits, and we'll be laughing.
Except for the suits, I'm sitting in a sauna. Okay. Right on.
Good times.
Once they've shed the suits, Arnie checks in with Buffalo HQ.
Hey, Mikey, how you doing?
How was it, man?
Well, we're down. It was not bad.
We were literally watching you the whole entire way sitting here at the hangar.
Yeah, that's what I figured you guys would be doing anyway, so.
Kind of like a candlelight visual.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
Okay, Arnie, congratulations.
And Sonia gets the call she's anxiously been waiting for.
Hello?
Hey, what's happening?
Did you kiss the ground?
No, I didn't kiss the ground. What did I kiss the ground?
I see you made it.
Yeah, did you watch all the whole way or what?
As soon as I got up this morning, I was watching you. And your mom's watching you too from Winnipeg.
What time did you wake up this morning?
7:30.
Oh, that's good. Anyways, thought I'd just give you a call. Tell you I love you and all that good stuff.
I love you too. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
After calling home, it's time for some rest. Tomorrow, Arnie and the boys hope to continue on over open water to get from the Azores to mainland Portugal.
It's not just a little hop from the Azores to Cascades, Portugal. It's still another 800 miles over the ocean.
At Buffalo HQ in Yellowknife, the focus shifts to flight attendant school.
Keep on practicing and we'll do...
Rampie's Wilf Dar and Audrey Marchand are in the course. But Jeremy Dow is not.
Joe wants both. That really hurt. Joe wants both Wilf and Audrey to take the flight attending course.
While Audrey and Wilf are relatively new to Buffalo, Jeremy has been slogging it out at Buffalo's terminal in Hay River for 6 months.
Flight attending is sort of the intermediate step between Rampie and pilot.
But Jeremy's plan to take that step was scuttled when his hand-picked successor, Raman Srivastava, packed it up and returned to his native India.
See you soon, buddy. See you soon. See you soon. He was sort of supposed to be my replacement in Hay River, so when he left, I had to be the Hay River guy once more. Ramon's gone and quit due to some personal reasons, and sort of left me holding up down the fort. I'm probably gonna miss my chance at flight attending here, which sort of sucks and means I get stuck in Hay River for a bit.
Unless a qualified Rampie is assigned to take over for him in Hay River, Jeremy's dreams of getting promoted will be gone, possibly forever. After successfully crossing the treacherous North Atlantic, it's time to celebrate. The Buffalo crew hits the town.
Welcome to Santa Maria, Joe Batista.
Word of their adventure is spread through the island, and they're greeted like celebrities.
Very good. Hi.
Nice to meet you, Joe Batista.
We're happy to be in Santa Maria. That's the longest leg of the journey right there.
Welcome to the Azores. A lot of pilots like you have been through here.
Having a cold beer that night. That tasted pretty good.
They have good reason to be happy. The worst is behind them, or so they think.
Cheers, cheers.
In Yellowknife, it's day 2 of flight attendant school for Rampie's Wilf Dar and Audrey Marchand.
Emergency, bend forward, grab seat top, heads down, stay down.
Time to show instructors Dan Catoni and Ian Bottomley what they've got.
Next.
In preparation for landing, I'll remind you to get your seat back in the upright and locked position.
Just try to do it a bit smoother, practice a bit more, and it'll come, right?
Good afternoon. Welcome to Buffalo Airways flight and scheduled service.
Public speaking isn't coming easily to the shy guy who got his pilot's license in Bible college.
In preparation for departure, at this time, I would like you to put on your seatbelts. As well, they need to be on for takeoff, or taxi, takeoff, and landing.
But Wilf will do anything if it means he'll get closer to flying one of Buffalo's vintage aircraft.
I do love aviation. I love the planes. I love everything about them. I love the freedom they represent. Piston pounders are music to my ears. They would probably, they're a siren's call. They'd call me quite a ways.
While newcomers Audrey and Wilf are making headway in their careers at Buffalo, Jeremy Dow is going nowhere fast.
Pretty unhappy with it all.
With no Rampie to replace him, Jeremy is still stuck in Hay River.
So, well, it looks like Audrey and Wilf will be doing the flight attendant course instead of me. And so they get to be flight attendant rather than me, which is just so nice.
His growing resentment isn't getting him much pity from General Manager Mikey McBryan.
If you want to be a pilot and you have a bad attitude, I don't know, win the lottery and buy an airplane, because you won't make it any other way.
For all I know, I'm being held back because of my attitude. I don't know. I hope not. I don't think so. But you never know.
Only a former Rampie like Buffalo co-pilot Scott Blue can really understand Jeremy's pain.
Mikey's never worked the ramp. He doesn't totally grasp how much it can, screw with your head now. It can break you down and wear you down. So I just need to make that clear to Mikey.
Let's go through the old ones first.
I think the old ones are junk.
Scott convinces Mikey it's time to hire some new Rampies. This could be Jeremy's ticket out of Hay River.
Chronologically, he's been here the longest, for the other guys, and he may gripe a little bit, but he's also a hard worker. So, for sure, give him a shot. Why not? Okay, we need people that can work now. Like, we call them and come up next week. Okay, who's this guy?
Okay, this one was mailed. But anyway, I think we should give him bonus points for actually mailing it.
Presently looking for a job in Canada. I am now gathering information.
No. I'm a recent graduate.
No, he's garbage.
Garbage. Is he in college or something, or is he just in jail?
Goodbye. Do you really need to write garbage on it when it's about to go in the trash?
Yes.
See you later.
Lots of pilots need work, but Buffalo's looking for someone who is willing to bust their ass for peanuts, doing everything but flying for the first year.
Man, that would be awesome if he picked a better choice of fonts. Basically, sacrifice yourself for the year and say, hey, I have a job to do, and if it's wiping dog crap off the ground, well, that's my job.
It's necessary in this day and age that they have to come work the ramp, and it's, oh, you got a commercial pilot's license. Yeah, Great, here's a box. And when you're done with that, there's 1,000 more.
So I think that's a good one. What do you think? You think it's a good one?
I like this guy, but he's got forklift and heavy construction equipment operator. Propane certified.
That's good. That's good.
That's sort of stuff. So I would put this on the,
Good pile.
Have a look. Love writing on the resume.
Give him a shot. Give him a shot.
They better find someone quick. Jeremy's misery over missing out on flight attendant school is growing.
Stay dirty.
Today, he's come up from Hay River to work at the Yellowknife hangar, and he's brought his bad mood with him.
Here, it's just off, you sucking piece of stupid, idiotic piece of damn fabric.
Can't manage a piece of fabric in the wind. He gets all upset. Get off?
I'm off.
Good, I think we're there.
Wilf's now in Jeremy's line of fire.
So where's the power set?
I think you were looking at it right there.
No, except I can't get that one up. I'm gonna use
Can't get it up. Well, that's...
You know why I can't get it up? Because it's on something that, won't drop down. Oh, hey, found another one.
That's what I just pointed at.
Yeah, but I wasn't paying attention to you. Why does this surprise you? Why does this surprise you in the least? I don't listen to you guys. Why do I listen to you guys?
Meanwhile, on the sunny island of Santa Maria, the Buffalo boys are playing tour guide.
Look at now. These were 68 or 69, somewhere in there. We were built.
Justin and Arnie are showing off the water bombers to curious airport staff.
So you see those doors there? that are open, that's where the water drops out. It takes 10 seconds to pick the water up, eh? Then you're off.
Let's go inside. We could check it out inside if you want.
Yeah, people love coming and looking at airplanes, so. Of course, 215 is a fairly large and noisy airplane, so it draws a little bit of attention when you...
Yes, yes. For me, they're just dots, and it's great to actually be here.
Well, they're amphibious airplanes that are not seen that often, so they're quite interested in them.
It's interesting knowing how they work.
Well, it's kind of a tin canny. There's no insulation or anything in here. So
yeah.
It's tough to get.
These low-flying water bombers were built to fight forest fires, not cross oceans.
You know, the airplane would sink if it was to land in 30 or 40-foot waves, of course.
For these guys to cross the Atlantic Ocean on this airplane, they must be very courageous.
Must be crazy, eh?
Yeah.
Must be crazy.
The other pilots along for this crazy journey are George Fury and Dave Poole. They are hired guns specifically for this risky mission.
Well, I hired Dave Poole, the guy they call Rooster, and he had experience on Atlantic crossings. I like adventures. I got my wish.
Rooster wanted us to take a picture of him next to the palm tree so he could send it home to his wife.
Nicknamed Rooster, Dave has a family back in Red Deer.
This is just for the folks back home sitting in minus 30 in a snowbank.
I hired George Fleur to go because he had experience in flying the international contract.
Well, I've done a bunch of varied stuff, but I always wanted to go back to the water bombings.
Based in Newfoundland, George never married and leads a journeyman life.
That's the reason I got into flying in the first place, because of the fact of bush flying and basically the adventure of going places different and experiencing new things.
The two met flying water bombers for Buffalo a few years back.
The water bombing business, you know, you get to do lots of takeoffs, lots of landings, and actually get to wheel the airplane around instead of just going from point A to point B.
And they still have 4 more point Bs to hit, covering another 5,000 kilometers before they reach Turkey.
Now the fun part of the trip starts.
That's right.
But their next leg, 1,300 kilometers over the ocean from the Azores to mainland Portugal, will turn out to be anything but fun.
You bent my bolt. I've been doing it for like 6 months. I haven't bent the bolt.
Despite all his grumbling, things are starting to look up for Rampie Jeremy Dow.
You know how to fold these things, eh?
Jeremy is training Graham Ferguson, freshly hired as the new Rampie to replace him in Hay River.
When Graham showed up, it was one of the better days. It was a nicer day. A light at the end of one of the many, many tunnels in Buffalo. I thank God for every day he gives me in Buffalo. Okay, well, I'll go in there with you then. Wicked.
If Graham works out, Jeremy could get into the flight attendant course in Yellowknife.
I knew he was sort of slated to be my replacement, and that was definitely a good thing. I'm going to show him how to not get his head cut off by a DC-3. Not yet. We're working on it. Oh, that's lovely. He likes prop wash. I do. I think that's the only thing we have for downtown.
Inside Buffalo's courier depot, Jeremy fills Graham in on the day's pickups and deliveries, a task he'll be more than happy to pass off.
Top one's MSS. Anything that gets me away from courier is a good thing. So if you stick around, I get to be flight attendant, and then from there, I get to be first officer after that. Sort of my next step is to find a replacement for down here, and that's you. So don't f it up.
On a tiny island in the Atlantic Ocean, it's time to fly again.
What do you think of the palm trees? You like it, man?
The pilots are looking forward to getting today's leg over open water out of the way.
So we still had another 756 nautical miles of water to cross, so we wanted to get gassed up and blast off for the coast of Portugal.
The two water bombers will fly 1,300 kilometers from the Azores to the coastal town of Cascais on mainland Portugal. A 6-hour flight if all goes well.
Just looking at the weather map here now, it looks like we've got fair sailing, so it should be good.
In a few weeks, this journey will be over, and Dave can return home to his family in Alberta. And George can get back to Newfoundland and his garage of vintage motorcycles. Arnie and Justin will be at the controls of the lead water bomber.
Requesting start clearance.
George and Dave will be flying the other 215.
And we're clear on the right.
With a shorter flight, the pilots choose not to wear the uncomfortable survival suits.
Check, Charlie Foxtrot Tango X-ray Bravo is cleared for takeoff, runway 18.
18, clear for takeoff.
Okay, we're ready to rock. Power set.
Have a safe flight.
Good day. Thanks for everything.
Both George and Dave are qualified captains. It's Dave's turn to fly today. George will be the co-pilot.
Roger that.
Engineer Matt Belanger is riding along to supervise the fuel transfer. The bladders in the cargo hold are filled to the max with 3,000 pounds of fuel.
Everything seems normal. I'm going to go back to back and have a quick piss.
Less than an hour out of Santa Maria, George takes a break. But that's when all hell breaks loose.
6. We got an overspeed.
Yes, sir. Bring your nose up a little bit, get the speed up.
We're gonna have to go back.
Oh, stalling. Down.
The propeller on the left engine has gone into overspeed. The pilots have lost control of it.
Let's declare an emergency, George. We're heading back.
Okay, Santa Maria, Santa Maria.
Charlie Foxtrot Tango X-ray Bravo, confirm your intention.
Charlie Foxtrot Tango X-ray Bravo, declaring an emergency and requesting immediate come back to Santa Maria.
They're out over open water, 130 kilometers away from Santa Maria, with no land anywhere nearby. Their only option is to turn back.
Okay, I'll just roll this up here. What's your problem, George?
Flying a few minutes ahead, Arnie and Justin hear the emergency call.
Now we got an overspeed on the left engine here now. We're just barely holding on to it. Okay, check.
We were worried about him. I mean, you know, an engine failure in a CL-215 at that weight and those temperatures is a serious deal.
You're gonna make it back here, George. Yeah, we're working on it. George is busying now.
We're flying at a higher gross weight than would normally be done because we're a fairing airplane with extra fuel. So, you know, on one engine, it won't stay in the air. It'll gradually be coming down.
The stress on the engine is incredible, like driving a car at top speed and suddenly slamming into first gear.
Worst case scenario in a prop overspeed, if a propeller sheds its blades, it could go through the fuselage. There was nothing we could do for them. We just carried on.
And the left side, may as well feather it out here if we can.
Yeah.
Power back.
Well, do we want to feather it?
Hold the heading there now.
The overspeeding prop is reducing the aircraft's lift. It's dropping 500 feet a minute.
Charlie Foxtrot Tango X-ray Bravo, you are cleared to descend 5 levels, 60 at pilot's discretion.
Probably do just a slow descent so we won't lose.
Well, I'm trying to, George.
Yeah, okay.
They're fighting to control the plane's rate of descent.
We're supposed to level at 6,000.
Oh, I can't hold it.
We're requesting lower altitude. Hold on to 4,000. Don't give up anything. If we can hold 4, we can hold it. I'll hold her 8, that's fine. But yeah.
If the plane loses too much altitude, they'll never make it back to Santa Maria. They'll have to ditch. And their decision not to wear their survival suits could prove fatal.
One thing you don't want to be doing is going into the water.
6. We got an overspeed.
4,000 feet over the Atlantic and a big problem. Pilots George Fury and Dave Poole, in one of the CL-215 water bombers, lost control of the propeller on the left engine on their way to mainland Portugal.
We're requesting immediate comeback to Santa Maria.
At Buffalo HQ in Yellowknife, Mikey is following the surprising change of flight path.
Look at this. This morning at 7 o'clock, they took off going to Portugal. FNF and TXB were together, and then all of a sudden, TXB turned around, and we don't know why.
Turning back was their only option, but they're still out over open water 80 kilometers from the Santa Maria airport.
Foxtrot Tango X-ray Bravo, Santa Maria audio read, sir.
Charlie, Foxtrot Tango X-ray Bravo. We are at, trying to hold 4,000 this time, but we're in a slow descent. Nope, give up nothing. If we can hold 4, we can hold it.
With a half hour to go, the pilots struggled to slow the plane's rate of descent. They'll only have one shot at the landing and need sufficient altitude and airspeed to come around Santa Maria and approach the runway from the north. If they lose too much altitude, they could crash into the cliffs on the east side of the island.
Santa Maria, it's Charlie Foxtrot Tango X-ray Bravo. We are en route with 6 hours fuel on board.
The crippled 215 is loaded with enough fuel to fly all the way to mainland Portugal. So even if Dave makes it to the runway, a bad landing could be disastrous.
We'll get the trucks there now. Yeah, you can stand by with emergency services. Yeah, well, can take whatever they got. Yeah.
Airport staff prepare for the worst.
I need some more power on dirt. Coming up, slow and gentle. Now we're at 3,800.
George and Dave have kept the overspeeding engine running, hoping to gain a bit of lift from it. But now they're close enough to the Santa Maria airport to shut the engine down.
Left end mixture, boost pumps off. Oh, as soon as we turn final, we'll feather it, okay? Yeah.
Feathering the propeller means rotating the pitch of the blades to a neutral position to reduce drag.
I got the runway in sight, George. I'm just trying to stay high. Check. Tango X-ray Bravo, check the wing. And we're short final. Landing gear is down. Left engine is feathered.
With one good engine and the propeller on the other turning in the wind, they have to make a perfect landing.
Bypass coming in, on lope and on slope. Mixture, boost pumps off. What's going on here? I don't know. Big pull flaps. I have the stick. I got the brakes. You have the brakes. Not a dog, eh? Oh. Alrighty.
Safely on the ground, Dave goes over what happened.
We got an overspeeding prop. It means the governor let go wasn't working, and then it just, the RPM spools right up, and you can't, they're uncontrollable, eh? Like we tried controlling it with the prop control, so we couldn't control it, so all you can do is put it in a climb to try and slow it down, eh? You know, I wasn't sure it was gonna maintain altitude all the way in here without feathering it, and normally you feather them, but we got a lot of extra weight on board, so.
Right now we need some fresh air.
Yeah, thanks, George.
Once those two wheels touched the runway, and it was a nice feeling, because you know, you just dealt with 45 minutes of stress, so let's relax now.
Yep. I gotta find a way to get a hold of Arnie, so they're not worried about us.
Yeah.
Yep.
6,300 kilometers away, Mikey gets an update.
An engine. Oh. All right. Here, let me talk to him first. Okay. Hey, Dad? I just got word they lost an engine. All we got right now is just the preliminary reports that there was an engine problem. That's why they turned around. So basically, yeah, right now, there's an engine problem. We don't know what it is. They don't know what it is until they do their checklist of stuff to figure out what actually the problem is. So all we can do is wait.
While one water bomber is stranded in the Azores, the second one touches down in mainland Portugal. On the tarmac, Arnie and Justin get the latest report.
When we heard they landed safely, we were real happy with that. Couldn't get two better guys than Rooster and George, so they know what they're doing. So.
Well, I'm glad it happened where it did because it was right close to the Azores, so glad it didn't happen over the North Atlantic out of St. John's.
If the engine can be repaired quickly in the Azores, the two water bombers will be able to complete their long journey to Turkey together. On a tarmac farther north and far colder, Jeremy Dow is late for class.
I'm here to finally start flight attending training. About goddamn time.
You're aiming towards being a pilot, and that's going to be one of the steps. And here's your ticket to do that.
Now that Jeremy's got a capable replacement in Hay River, he's finally getting the chance to move up the ladder and chase his dream, becoming a Buffalo pilot.
So I got the call on the cell telling me that I would be able to attend the flight attending course and catch up to my peers there, or not peers, underlings.
But fellow Rampies Audrey Marchand and Wilf Dar are well ahead in their training.
But now you got to check to see if they're conscious breathing. Remember your ABCs tapping and checking.
Today, a first aid class.
Go for 5 cycles.
26, 27.
Not only does Jeremy have to make up for lost time, he's got to stand out above the rest.
You're always kind of trying to one-up the person next to you. You try to work harder than them. You try to be more proficient at everything than them.
Do you treat every dummy that way?
Only you.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to move into choking.
Dibs on choking wolves. We're friends and competitors at the same time, but I'm always going to win.
On a beach in sunny Portugal, Arnie, Justin, and mechanics Corey and Norm are making the most of their stopover in Cascais.
He says that is the most eastern part in Europe, or the most western part in Europe, that rock over there. So we were on the most eastern part of Canada, North America. Now we're in the most western part of Europe. Cool.
They've flown 3,500 kilometers over the North Atlantic, an incredible feat in slow, low-flying water bombers. But they can't be beach bums much longer. They have a plane to deliver to Turkey.
Of course, the company wanted us to carry on, and so did the Turks. You'd like to finish the trip as a team, but you also have a customer here that wants his airplanes, so at least get one of them there, as quickly as you can.
For the first time since they left Alberta, the two water bombers will be traveling separately. Marooned back in the Azores, George, Dave, and Matt are under the gun to get their 215 back up in the air and en route to Turkey.
It's pretty good so far yet, because usually if there is a problem, you'd see all sorts of particles here, shiny metal particles.
But figuring out what went wrong and how to fix it could take a long, long time.